So I'm recording on my computer.
Okay, great. So Anna, I made you co-host too, Anna, if you want to share the screen. Huh?
Це, Ірина, ви виведете на екран, або мені вивести?
Ні, ви, Анна Борисівна, я ж
добре.
технічно одна і нічого не можу.
Так, добре, зараз.
А там пишет, что только хост может делать.
Ну, мене зробили ко-хостом вже,
Ага,
так.
Окей.
Чудово, видно. Я хочу сказати, що Федерація жінок України – це завжди стратегічна організація в розвитку відносин з суспільством.
So I want to say that Women's Federation of Ukraine is a strategic organization in terms of developing the relationship with the society.
І ми продовжуємо співпрацю співпраця з реабілітаційним центром в справах ветеранів.
And we continue the cooperation with certain governmental structures, and this project is done with in cooperation with the rehabilitation center for Veterans Affairs.
Тобто це Міністерство в справах ветеранів.
So it's under the Ministry of Veteran Affairs.
Це державна структура.
So this is the state structure.
Це визнання. І це все офіційно.
And it's the official acknowledgement for our organization.
Таких центрів в Україні 4.
So there are 4 centers of this kind in Ukraine.
Тобто ми охоплюємо всю Україну.
So it means like this we can embrace the whole Ukraine.
І один з центрів знаходиться поблизу тут, місто Боярка.
And one of the centers is nearby. It's a small city Boyarka in Kyiv region.
В презентації ви побачите і мій Тома, і інші сестри, керівниці, вони побачать свої фото. Ми відвідували цей центр, коли вони були в Україні.
So in the presentation, Miti, Bridget, and some other leaders who are presented here, you will be able to see your photos there because when you visited Ukraine, we actually visited that center.
От, тому це продовження нашої співпраці. Ця жінка-директорка, вона номінантка, вона член нашої організації Федерації жінок.
So this is the continuation of our cooperation with the center, and the director of the center, she's actually our member. Of course, she's outside lady, but she's our nominee. So she received our award at one of the conferences, and she's also a Women's Federation member.
Are you showing different slides, or we're still just looking at the first slide?
No, this is just the introduction. Yeah. So
okay.
Just, sorry.
Аня, ви ж тоді ви ж надішлете всім, да, ну, презентацію, так?
Yes, yes. Sure, I will send it to everyone.
Okay.
Тому це дуже важливо для нас. Ми концепцію разом з директоркою цю обговорили.
So it's important for us because we discussed the concept of the project together with the director of that center.
І Людмила, наша Людмила, шановна, вона офлайн буде контролювати цей проєкт і їздити теж на проєкти офлайн.
Okay, so and the coordinator from the Ukrainian side, it will be this lady Ludmila. So she's also our member. She's outside lady, but she's our long-time member. So she will be the one who will coordinate the project.
І через цей центр, через директорку, ми, Федерація жінок України, я особисто, ми знаємо, скільки загиблих офіційно. От зараз я знаю, що в Боярці загинуло з 24 лютого 7 військових.
So, and as the director of the center, so you can see the pictures here. So she's actually the one who is very much aware of the situation in her community, in her city. So thanks to her, for example, we know that since their war outbreak, there were 7 people who died in Boyarka. It means 7 soldiers who died.
Тобто таким чином ми маємо доступ до інформації, розумієте, офіційно. Тобто це не аби, як ми там вирішили, де, хто, що не зрозуміло, а все про військових, про їх родини, про їх діток. Тобто Зараз потребують вже допомоги їх дружини, матері і діти.
So that's why through that director, we know we know our target, we know their beneficiaries, our possible beneficiaries, because now they are not only soldiers, but actually families, yes, families of that soldiers who suffered a lot, and they have different psychological traumas and different other outcomes of the war, and also families who became internally displaced there.
І зараз ми вже плануємо Фастів і інші села, особливо села, де потребують допомоги люди літнього віку, які втратили домівки, які лежачі, хворі, ну, лежачі. От, і діти-сироти теж, багатодітні родини, які потребують простих речей – ковдри і їжу.
So through this project, we want to embrace small villagers that are around that place. And so the beneficiaries of that projects will be elderly people who basically cannot move, so they cannot go out to receive any help. So those internally displaced also who have different obstacles, yes, to go to receive the help. One of the reasons because they're staying in the faraway village, and also some families in need and orphans, so children who lost their parents because of the war. And they need some basic things, so that's why we added some basic things to the project, because they need, you know, some yes, some like blankets and all this basic things to have.
Дрова навіть
They
топити пічки.
also and they need firewood also for the winter period.
Тому що в селах немає газу, немає води, немає особливо газу. Тому будуть люди, треба кошти, і будуть топити просто ці пічі дровами.
So that's the situation of that small villages is that they are very limited in terms of resources. There is no water, no gas there. So that's why in order to help them, so we included some stoves also in the project that can help them to heat, yes, their places, and also some firewood, to heat.
І люди просять просто харчі, тому що ціни ростуть на харчі кожного дня в Україні.
And also people, they're asking just for food, because actually the prices for food in Ukraine is increasing daily.
І проблема в тому, не в тому, що їх нема в магазині, проблема в тому, що їх немає в селі, в селах, куди ми збираємося їхати. І навіть я особисто збираюсь теж приймати участь в цих проєктах на візочку, на своєму авто. Разом з чоловіком я теж буду від'їжджати.
So, and as they're limited also to approach the places of help, so they're asking if we can bring all these things, like you can see food, clothes, footwear, blankets, and if we can help them with the stuff. So that's why we're going to go there. The team will go there, and so Tatiana herself, though now she's in a wheelchair, but she also wants to go there time to time together with her husband using their car, so they will also join the project.
Багато у кого військових, хто загинув, залишилися по 3-4 дітей, які потребують там взуття, і в них жінки хворі на онкохворі. Тому ситуація дуже критична.
So, and we know a range of families, some particular families who need help, for example, families of soldiers who were either wounded or died. And for example, they had 3 or 4 kids who became orphans, or psychologically traumatized, or their wives, for example, some of them, they have cancer. So we know many these kind of particular situations and particular help that people need.
Тому через такі центри ми все робимо це офіційно.
And this is everything official. So all this data is official. Yes, all these families, so they are officially registered in that center. So through the center, we can do everything publicly and officially.
Тому там ми приготували в кінці, як приклад, звіт там, наприклад, на ті кошти, які ми отримали від Федерації жінок Бельгії, ми зробили для багатодітних родин там в пакетах продуктові набори, харчі, які вони попросили. Ну, це як приклад, як ми робили.
Yeah, and as the example, so we already did something, but on much smaller scale. Yes, so embracing a few families. We did it thanks to the support of Women's Federation of Belgium. So as they also collected the donations, and we could collect certain help, certain food packages, and necessary things packages, and we could visit that families and pass that help to them. So this is just the example, yes, so what we already did.
Це просто як приклад, як і там дітки є, які втратили вже батьків, там взуття ми купували, тому що в дітей ножки ростуть, і ми надаємо теж кошти на взуття. І на канцтовари, ну, до школи, на приладі до школи особливо. Тобто це просто як звіт.
And we were also buying stationery for kids because they just started their new academic year. And also we were buying shoes for kids because they're growing and they don't have shoes. So this is just some examples of our activity.
Це такі запроси, це вже ми говорили з директоркою, такі запроси від населення. А ще там ми надали теж про Людмилу, про її хустки, що символізує материнську любов. Хустка «Материнська любов» – це в нас в Україні такий символ, а Федерація жінок носить материнське таке значення.
So that's why through this project we want to embrace that small villagers and the particular families with particular needs. So all these requests, we already have been gathering through the director of the center. And in the end, as you can see, so this Ludmila, she's actually she has her private collection of women's scarves, and so her exhibition is called Ukrainian Scarf as a symbol of mother's love, and so Women's Federation is also as a symbol of organization of mother's love.
Тобто в нас є людський такий потенціал великий, людей зовні теж підтримка. Тому ми дуже розраховуємо на підтримку Федерації жінок Європи. Дуже дякую.
So that's why we have this kind of human resources, so many also outside people and VIP contacts who are helping us. And we really appreciate it. And that's why we do rely upon Women's Federation of Europe support. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Caroline. Thank you, сестри, за те, що були в Україні.
Thank you.
Thank you that you all visited Ukraine. Yes, thank you, Caroline, and other sisters who visited us before the war.
І за те, що молитесь за нас. Ми ще живі.
And thank you for your prayers, because thanks to your prayers we are still alive.
Yeah, thank you. I have to say, I still have this video. I've been, I think, maybe three times, or I think, to Ukraine, but I still have this one video of the men singing, on stage one time in this big auditorium. And to me, this is so remarkable of this beautiful, masculine, kind of patriotic spirit, actually, that really, to me, it's like the essence of the best of masculinity, and not the soldiers in the war and all this, but it's so, it brings me to tears, actually, when I see it, actually. It's very, very, very deep, in fact. So maybe, I'm sure we all have questions. Also, can we go back to the page that has the finances? Can we, maybe I have a couple questions, maybe others do too. Does anyone?
Yes, I had questions. I thought that the finances should be clear day, month, year, family, and not on the top one single price, 25 euros. Okay, psychological consultation, one person. 100 euros food. Is that for one person, for one day, for 1 month, for 1 year, a one-time donation? Stove for the person, total per person for how long? Does that mean I give the money once and I help them 1 day, 1 month, 1 year? I think all of the figures there need to be clarified and standardized. Here you have per day, here you have per month, and it needs to be a little bit more clear, perhaps even in a table form to say per person, per family, because if you give a stove to a person, you pay 495 for the person, but surely there's other people that are also benefiting from that, and that should be displayed maybe in a table form.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, sure. Yes, yeah, sure, we will. Yeah, we will detailize, yes, everything. Mhm.
Okay. I put it just a simple form that we had made for, I put in the chat, we have a project in the Bogdanivka schools. I don't know if you know that area, Anna or Tetiana, but for
Богданівка.
Yeah.
Богданівка.
you know
Yes,
that
yes,
is,
sure. Yes, yes, of course.
we have a project there with our NGO CSW, in fact, that we just recently started. And but I also put in a questionnaire just now in the chat that we used. I mean, it's very simple. It's not all these details that were just mentioned by Lily, but just a little bit basic. At one look, you can see quite a good, you can have a good idea. I also have a question because we need a total budget for one, for sure. And it's, are we saying one stove or one stove per person or per family? Or I'm not sure. When I look at this, it looks like a huge, huge budget, but I'm not sure that we were thinking like that, in fact. And also this point about the mobile thing. So that is the idea of of course, there's a car. Would it still be sort of packaged in some kind of idea of there's a mobile unit involved too?
Mhm. Yeah, so let me ask Тетяна to comment. Тетяна Юріївна, перше запитання от про, тобто тут є як плита, так? От це що означає? Це як одноразова допомога, що ми купуємо цю плиту для сім'ї і все, от це 370 євро, тому що це так виглядає дуже, от тут стоїть плита 370 євро.
Бандера-піч?
Ну, піч, так.
Це тільки по запросам, якщо буде запрос. Тобто це кожному не потрібно. Це якщо буде така, в кого немає. Це по запросу. Це просто
тому що це включили, ви бачите, включили загальну, і виходить, що це как бы на всіх. Поэтому говорять, що виглядить очень огромная сума, конечно. Хорошо, я об'ясню.
Ні, ми ж загально не, ми тільки загально, ковдри, це всім потрібно, а піч тільки на вимогу.
Добре. І, виходить, з приводу машини теж запитання, да? Тобто, ви можете пояснити це? So, concerning stuff, yes, I just now I made sure with Tatiana. Anyway, it's just some certain families, they need that. So that's why I think we will either, so we will put it in another way, yeah? So it's like this humanitarian aid pack, it's just what we added, yes? Because before so we didn't think this way, but while talking to the director of the center, she said that they do need that kind of basic things. That's why like blankets, medicine, food, clothes, it's something that everyone needs. So that's why we decided to include that humanitarian aid pack. So it's like for one family. Yeah. Anyway, we will detailize. But stuff, so maybe we can put it like, we can count exactly. For example, 3 families, they need that. And then we can put it as their, some like additional expense. So
I think sorry. I was just going to say, I think it's good maybe at first glance to have some kind of idea of how much per month would be optimal, and of course, if we have more, we can do more, but
Yes. Окей, То есть, получается, да, надо больше детализировать, тут как бы много непонятного, то есть они хотят четко, сколько получается в день, сколько в месяц, на одну семью, там, на одного человека, сколько всего семей, то есть тут как бы все очень дуже загально все. Я сказала, що ми деталізуємо.
Ти скажи, що ми не деталізуємо. Я хочу сказати, що проєкт пілотний проєкт. От ми обговорювали ситуацію, от ми вивчили ситуацію на цей момент, ми надіслали такий звіт. От нас попросили військові оцю бандеру-піч купити, ми самі не знали, скільки вона коштує. От купили, фото навіть показали, що ми купили. Це не цей проєкт, це просто проєкти були Федерації жінок, як приклади. Тобто я хочу сказати, щоб ти сказала, що ми самі в процесі вивчення в умовах війни, як воно йшло. і готові відкрито звітувати про те, як воно є.
Yeah, okay, so Tatiana said that, of course, it's a pilot project and it's hard to say, the exact numbers and so on, because we are still in the process of learning these things, but we will detailize as much as we can. Yeah.
Okay. Because I think Mitty, are you leaving now at 9 or you have a little more time? You have time, because I'm thinking also, as Mitty and Bridget both were there, maybe it's good after you speak and present the project, maybe Mitty or Bridget, or I think maybe Mitty, it's good because we have to see how we're going to launch this. We can't just say this is a project. We have to, like, to the audience, including the first ladies, we're trying to get them to buy into making, some kind of monthly donation or something. So maybe Mitty, after she speaks, maybe you could close the session and you could also speak a little bit about that. Maybe we have to think how we're going to do that. But if we're going to propose this project, we have to have some kind of commitment to how much we're going to, how much we're going to give. We can't just not give, actually. We have to have a certain goal and see how we're going to keep this coming in fact. What do you think? You're muted, Mitty, huh?
Also, I think on each of the slides at the bottom, discreetly, there can be like donate please, and then the PayPal details, because it's good to have it consistently there.
Yeah.
So that sometimes if you just put it on the last page, it's very difficult to catch all the details and things like that. So somewhere it can be added on. I think it's a way of, because someone might be moved by one slide and want to donate, something. So
yeah,
I think it's quite important.
It is how to continue. It has to be in the long term, right?
Right.
Just only one time and then people forget because there is so many other projects. But how to constantly make it running.
Yeah. For instance, maybe even we could, in the PowerPoint, you could make like a 6-month plan or something, at least, instead of just month by month. And so we could try to commit at least for that amount of time.
Yeah, like a commitment in long term. And the 6 months is good to have a kind of then to have some feedback,
We could make a form and give the choices to people how much they want to donate for what exactly, a little bit like the UNESCO is doing. If you want for one person for a month, or if you want some things like that. But that can be as part of a next step. When we send the recording, when we send the thank you for participating, maybe we send that. And there has to be, if we launch it, then there will have to be a follow-up, a continuous, somebody needs to take care of promoting it. Everybody should promote.
That's right.
Everything cannot be done on that launching, on that showing of the project.
I think the form could be already pre-prepared and then just put it in the chat group. So
the form,
I think so.
And take it and then look at it themselves. And then a follow-up would be good.
Yeah, and then send it to them. That's right, with the report we send it out to, and post it on our websites and all these things.
That's right.
Especially we have an international audience. It's not just, Europe. So some people we may not.
Could I actually finish the session number 3 and introduce Mitty, so that Mitty takes care of that part of the program? I mean, Mitty introduces Anna very briefly. Anna explains the project and Mitty closes up everything.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because I don't get Mitty. Why are you laughing? I don't get
got away with it.
I don't get mixed up with that. I just finish the session 3 and that's separate, and then the project.
Yeah.
It's a good idea, I think.
I think so too. Okay.
It's a good way, because she was there also, then it's very good too. to show.
Yeah, so she can have the passion in talking about it. That's right.
That's right.
Okay, so any other questions to our sister? Yeah, Tanya.
Ну, ми вже от на цьому тижні надаємо їм $100, да? $100, да, ми надаємо вже допомогу на канцтовари, бо люди просто плачуть, нема з чим, ну, рюкзачків нам від не було дітям дати до школи йти. То ми дали $100 на канцтовари, рюкзачки даємо і на взуття. Там 10 діток, ми, з директорка вибере 10 діток, саме таких, у яких, ну, вже загинули татусі, і багатодітні, тобто, да, вони вже отримають на цьому тижні, тому що такі, просто такі прості життєві речі хочуть. Дякую.
So just as Tatiana wanted to mention that we already recently we gave $100 to them because there are 10 children who urgently need stationery for the start of the new academic year.
А $1000, Анна Борисівна, 20 тисяч гривень. 20 тисяч гривень це
Sorry, it was $1,000. Of course, it was $1,000. So we gave, yes, for 10 children, to go to school to buy stationery and also to buy shoes, because they were even like crying because families they don't have any means to provide them for
тобто, да, це такі речі ми вже на цьому тижні надаємо допомогу, тому що в Україні вже холодно і діти пішли до школи.
So last week we already started this help because now it's already became cold in Ukraine, and also children last week they went to school.
Okay, I'm just thinking, you know, so this project, I think the idea was also that we make it not, you know, we can open it to partnership already, not just Women's Federation, I didn't think, but the idea would be to bring in the First Ladies Association, whom we can do that, but we need at least one First Lady who is, you know, who is interested. But even, you know, we have other NGOs who will be on the call and partnering through the Committee on the Status of Women. We don't know who might come in. So just wanted to say that maybe when we're at this point, of course, we talk about what Women's Federation has been doing in Ukraine, but also to leave it open for the idea of making a broader partnership for this project that, of course, we are leading. But and then this idea of the fact that already you've been working with the Ministry of Veteran Affairs, and I think this is really good. You know, it's good that it's not. I mean, it's NGO, but it is in well, anyway, no, it's a ministry, so it's not just NGO, but it's governmental too. So, but I think it's a good cooperation. Does anyone see any kind of conflict in that? The fact that it's governmental and non-governmental together?
Even better.
Yeah.
It's good. No?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
I think so too. I mean, definitely shows the, you know, the stability of it, you know, the fact that it's really rooted in something that is quite stable. No, I think it's very good.
Could we have their logo as well? Because I think there is only a Women's Federation on one of the images.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. That's why maybe before you, anyway, you are talking about, yeah, that, okay. But here is, you're proposing, here you're not just talking about what you've already done or what we are going to do. Because of course, until now, it was just Women's Federation. But
it's like, it's a mixture. So we are presenting the project. So like project goals, and it is done in a partnership with that center. And then the project budget and expected results, and briefly project schedule, and then like our short experience of doing something similar recently. So we put cooperation with Belgium, but It's just, I guess it's just for you, so probably we can delete that part of cooperation with Belgium, or we can give some short examples for people to see that we're like trustworthy.
Trustable,
I
yeah.
mean, we already have certain experience since the war outbreak and even before, because Women's Federation of Ukraine has been working on helping internally displaced since 2014 when the war started. Yeah. So to show that we already have certain experience in that field.
Can I ask?
Ми вже отримали логотип від них. Регіна, додайте фото, де логотип центру. Ми збираємося коробочки і пакети робити спільно з логотипом міста Боярки. Регіна, додайте це фото до презентації.
We will add, yes, we are planning to add logo, because when we will present that food packages, so like humanitarian aid packages, so we're going to make some bags where we'll put two logos, Women's Federation logo and that center's logo.
Так, да.
And maybe we can, before our event, with our three first ladies, Zoe, Hermina, and also Cassia, maybe you can you mention about this project? Because if we want to talk about First Ladies support a little bit, you know, I mean, we can, as somehow I am the chair, I mean, the association coordinator, but we should get some kind of backing. So maybe if we can, at least before the event, we can have talked to them and see if they think that's a good idea. And then we can more, you know, with more weight, we could actually even propose it as a project of IAFLP-EUME as well, you know, and then bringing in, because I think bringing in the First Ladies, of course, would be a great thing. Huh?
Question, the support with Belgium, who in Belgium? Was it the government? Was it an NGO? Was it Women's Federation? That's not very transparent to me. What do you mean?
It was Women's Federation. So
and I
Women's
think that needs to
Federation
be clear. I think that because when you have Ministry of Veteran Affairs, I think once you're including government, you have to have very clear
yes.
What do you call it? Accountability. And in terms of the budgeting as well, they have to know that the money is all going officially through these channels, through these areas, and Belgium is very, very vague. We need to know, and then it needs to be transparent. You need to know that, you know, who in Belgium and who is the organization.
Yeah, maybe you don't need so many slides on Belgium, I think, but one or two, and put clearly Women's Federation cooperation with Belgium on that project or something.
And also other nations as well. It's good to show like France. I mean,
yeah, but that's true.
Yeah, Italy also, I think.
You can't everybody, but I think it shows credibility that it's an ongoing program.
Yeah, sure. Because of course we also got the help from Women's Federation of France, Women's Federation of United Kingdom, and we also used all that donations to help internal displays. Yeah. So I'm sorry that we put just one branch as the example.
No, I just think from an audience point of view, it would be very good actually, just to give it a bit more weight behind it. There's more people sponsoring it, you know.
So maybe any nation that is doing something towards Ukraine, please send a photo to you, Anna or Tatiana, and you can make a couple of slides at the end where you can refer to the different events. Huh?
You make it obvious that it's Women's Federation cooperation and then these countries.
Well, we didn't have a physical event. We just collected funds.
We have a poster that we made on that day when we had this. But,
yeah.
Just one more point, Caroline, I think it's important.
Yeah.
How long should this part of the program be? Because it's at the very end and it shouldn't last too long.
That's right. That's right. I think not more than 10, 12 minutes probably altogether. Huh? I don't know. What does anyone else think?
Yeah. Otherwise they will start leaving.
Yeah. The translation, is it going to be Tatiana speaking and then Anna translating separately? I mean, audio?
It
how
has
is
to be
it-
simultaneous on the Ukrainian channel. We have to have it in English going live. It can't be consecutive. That's much too long.
Oh,
Yes.
see, so Anna will be presenting.
Yes, I can present. Yes.
Oh.
Okay, just want to be clear about
I think you can maybe introduce Tatiana as the president, and then you can speak maybe as the more
Yeah.
efficient way, huh?
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Because
and
we'll
what
have
about,
No,
Yeah.
I was going to say we'll have Miti and then Anna introducing Tatiana, Anna introducing the project and meeting, closing it up. So
yeah, I think so, huh? Making that reminder to everyone that this is, from now, this is a new project and that we need help of everyone really to make this work, you know, so it's like an appeal that you have to make, Miti, huh?
So do I hand back to Marcia so that she can?
No. You can just
Okay.
close,
Yeah.
huh?
So I just say a few words of thanking everyone for coming to the conference as well, or?
Yes, yes.
Okay, all right, just a few words, okay, that's fine.
So Anna, how long can you, maybe if your presentation is like the others, not more than 7 minutes, huh? Is that okay? Everyone has 7 minutes basically. And
Yeah.
then, so you might have to think about this. This is probably longer. But I have to, and then Miti has the rest of the time to either to introduce or to close.
Yes, okay.
Okay. So
Do we need your bios, Anna and Tatiana's, is that right?
for the speaker, yes, I think, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Tatiana as well. And also you, Miti.
Yeah, me too, that's
and
right.
also the translator, Anna, your translator's email, name and email to Lily.
Lily.
Mhm. Okay, yes, I will.
Okay, good. So I think you can stop sharing then maybe now, Anna. And it's now 1 hour. I think, is that okay? Can we close for that? We have a meeting on Monday at 9 a.m. for a few of us for this like a core team. And maybe Tatiana, Anna, maybe you can just come on that call too to see if there's any more updates from you, huh? Same address, but on Monday morning, 9 a.m. Huh? Okay. And then I think the only other agenda item we had was, Zoe, you had said something, huh?
Yeah. I wanted to propose that we, as EUME Eurasia WFWP team, we set up an art team. Some people that will feel dedicated. We have a wonderful PR and technical team of Lily and whoever she manages with, but we need also someone to create our posters, to be on top of this kind of graphic things.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, my son is not available anymore because he's in Osuna now, in Spain, and he's teaching English, so he can't do it. But if we can pull one person from each small region, like Middle East and Europe and Eurasia, and put together, or if someone already has a team like this in their own sub-region, we could be using this team regularly for every event. So these people will have the logos, will have the experience of making something and they are easy to change if there are any changes, etc. Someone dedicated to that. My point was, if we can organize something that is dedicated, a bit like Lily and the technical.
But I think Lily doesn't have a team, do you, Lily? She just has Lily and Lily and Lily.
Yeah. It's not so easy to find these volunteers, you know.
But
Yeah.
one person I would say would, let's start with one who would,
Okay.
you know, because we don't need it so often actually, but already if there's someone to be identified for that would be.
And the events of everybody would be all Women's Federation EUME. If I make an event, if Eurasia, Ukraine wants to make an event, or I don't know, Albania. I know Albania, they are doing Albania. Actually, they could be doing. They could be
A lot
helping
of
the
work
whole.
for one person. That's a
It's not.
huge amount of work.
Yeah.
I mean, to
think
make a
more.
poster is not just you throw things together. You have to think about the artwork, the text. There's so many things, you know.
So you need a bit.
I mean, are you going to pay that person, or is it just volunteer?
No, I don't think so. I think everyone is doing their work. You know, also Lily puts in a lot of time. We all put in a lot of time all the time. So I think it would have to be someone who, out of their desire to share their creative skills for a larger good. But I don't think it's so much time. How many events do we have? You know, for one event, one poster, okay.
Yeah, but one poster, you say one poster, and then there's all these additional changes continuously.
Of course,
Yeah,
but
and
it's like the same as someone who is making the program, you know, not just the poster. And of course, this is an ongoing process throughout the whole course of preparation time. So I think,
but you know, Zoe's saying not just one nation or Europe.
Not one, yeah,
Many,
not one.
many nations. You know,
Everybody.
it's not like one poster for one.
yeah.
It's a lot of
Yeah,
work, you know, and I won't be doing it anyway from now
To
on.
have a team where, you know, everyone knows, like we think of Matteo all the time, or we think of Victor, this kind of thing to know, oh, okay, I'm going to think of Brigitte to make my poster. I'm going to
Matteo and Victor, they are paid for that. Huh?
Exactly.
yeah.
So they are, this is their work. So it's
Yeah.
some of
That's
their
why
work.
I think probably what for the moment we have to do it among ourselves for those of us who are dedicated. Maybe we're not the most skillful, but among ourselves we can all, you know, give or one of our assistants in our nation or. But yeah, of course, that's a hopeful, ideal kind of forward-looking thinking, Zoe, I think. But even just to, I don't know how each one of us in our nations, we have people who do things like that. So like what we have.
They try also in France to
Here
find
in
someone.
Spain, we do have the younger men at the office.
Yeah.
They could help, but not in a regular base.
Yeah.
They could help once in a while.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is the way it is for now. I mean, at the European level, we have two events a year, so it's not such a big time-consuming thing. But of course, nation by nation.
yeah, but if you add
I do it on the
MEW and you add some things from Albania, from Eurasia that they certainly do, that makes a lot.
I mean, I do it on the European level, but I probably won't be doing that anymore because I do it on the UK level. I don't want to be spending all my time doing posters and flyers, you know.
Absolutely.
So definitely, if you can find a team, it would be better.
Perhaps we can we can send a letter. Anne can send something and say, yeah, we are looking for a dedicated volunteer art professionals or something.
Yeah, I think if you write a letter, Zoe, since it's your idea, I think that would be, maybe we find someone, huh? But even those who receive Anne's letter, of course, it's probably not those people that we would be looking for. You'd have to go through, you know, even the European letter. Now we have lots of young people at the Family Federation Europe, you know, so it could be possible to put some kind of advertisement. But anyway, of course, stating that it's out of spirit of volunteerism, that at least for the moment. But it's I mean, it's like all of us, Lily's job also. It's not a full-time job. We do what we can when we can, huh? And yeah. So, okay. The only other announcement I thought, you know, yesterday Zoe and Shruti and I were talking together about the curriculum. Maybe we can mention here, Zoe, huh? We had the idea to offer a training for like the two full days, right, Zoe? And
Yeah.
maybe even going to, we sort of set a tentative date, maybe in the beginning of December, right? Because there are two things coming up. One is in Geneva over the time of the social forum. The beginning of November, we are inviting some young women to come for a training, which anyway, we will make an invitation. If any of you have in your nation someone you want to send, it would be a training where people would attend UN social forum every day, it's 2 days. It's 2 days long. And
When
they can
is that?
participate. That is the beginning of November. I think it's the 2nd and 3rd of November. And we'll find a kind of a youth hostel in Geneva, and they can go to the UN with badges for those 2 days, all day. And we combine it with some other kind of training. Shruti and I will arrange some kind of a little training about working with the UN or something. And then the second one was maybe Zoe, you can even say, I don't know if you had a chance to ask Maria yet, but
Not yet, because I know they were circulating. They were traveling yesterday, accompanying someone or something. And no, but again, Siebenstein came to our thoughts, and we thought maybe some people could come there, and we could have 2 days training. I think we had talked about this plan already some time ago. So people can recognize and see the practicality of teaching it, of giving it, of communicating it, because indeed, as we see it as it is a bit overwhelming. Also, I was thinking if I can discuss with Lily, what's her last name? Lily, no, not Lily. Our sister of dignity. Ingrid Lindemann, yeah. And we could make already at least a first draft of the other part of the individual, because it could be more attractive for them and more easy to start if it goes to the individual. And then it can go to the social, to the open, to the UN application and active thing. Somehow, something to be able to make it applicable. Because right now, actually, there's a lot of curricula around from us, from our for Women's Federation, from America. Also, Isabella Costa from Portugal has developed something that is very helpful for Africa, and the international headquarters are using it. They're doing a lot of things. So it's not that there are no things around. I think, though, our curriculum is with a different focus, is to educate ladies, women, to stand and advocacy, but also to stand on their own, to educate women's character, women of quality. That going beyond the healing and beyond supporting and uplifting, raising up, that's one thing, but it goes beyond that. It goes to making a leadership, basically. So anyway, when we have the training, we can say more.
So, but anyway, just to say that we actually thought, instead of just again talking about it, we actually set some tentative date at the beginning of December that we wanted to see with Maria if that Siebenstein might be open. And for those who can, we would really make like a training for trainers. So either Women's Federation leaders in the nations or whoever you might want to send could come and practice teaching, actually, not so it would be much more empowering, I think, and giving the confidence building, I would say. So, okay, so that's just food for thought, maybe for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see if Siebenstein is available.
Yeah.
Perhaps today I will send a word to Maria.
Okay. So then we.
Caroline.
Yeah. Yes.
I have a question about the young women for Women Federation and Shruti, because I received this invitation for the internship, and I
Human-
forward
Human
one,
rights internship, huh?
yeah,
Yeah.
this my friend wrote for internship, and I wrote to Shruti, but she didn't answer me. I mean, I wanted to try to make a bridge with this lady and Shruti, but she didn't
see.
answer. So is it
So-
possible? How is the?
Yeah, I know we just had a meeting about that yesterday. Now, this is something different than the social forum. This is I think our fourth human rights internship. It's like a shorter 2-month period, and working together on research papers. And I know we have already 15 who have applied, actually, so we have to cut that down. But I think Magda had the same experience. So Shruti maybe is not used to working the way we work, you know. She's
Okay.
expecting the people just to write to her directly. So I had to mediate for Magda, huh? So maybe Elizabeth, if you could forward that message to me again today, and I will make sure Shruti has that. Huh? So she has no idea about this other person. It was only you who wrote. Huh? She
applied, but also she asked, can I share this invitation with my network? Because
I
she's
see.
working Women International Security.
I see.
And all of them are young ladies. So anyway, I answer to her, but I asked Shruti, but she never answered.
Are you sure? It's possible Shruti answered, though. Are you sure she didn't?
Yeah,
she didn't.
I
Huh?
used the same email that I received the invitation. I wrote to the same.
I see.
Replied to the same.
Okay, I will check that today. And what's the name of this person?
Daphne.
Daphne. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we're meeting later today about that, so I will check that. Huh?
Yeah, just to understand. I'm trying to raise young women and try to make them close with this international border of young women. So I will try to find a way. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, just maybe to say also that this, of course, this internship and mainly the things that we're doing at the UN with the young people, it's not like a direct witnessing, because even we had some, it's really on the job training. So, I mean, working together on issues that are at the heart of Women's Federation. I think, Dalin, you know, huh? You also had some experience with this, and you just went to New York, right? Well, you didn't go to New York. I see. Yeah. Anyway, so this is, anyway, we're trying this experiment, you know, just to kind of work together on these issues, but maybe a little bit less directly working, you know, as you know, I think you know what I mean. So, but I think it's a very good thing, and we're definitely widening our pool of young people. I think we have now 17 or 18 graduates from this human rights internship program, and many are coming back, like Nancy from the Middle East. She was one, and she keeps writing and saying, is there something else we can do for something else I can do for Women's Federation? So that's what we're trying.
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
It's really a gift from God.
Yeah.
I'm trying to involve her as much as possible in everything. And with the UN, you remember the Lebanese UN, if we can.
Yes, yes, I will send that out. Actually, I just, this time we made, for the Human Rights Council, which starts in a week, we made 5 statements, actually. So one was written mostly by our New York office on the environment with help from Geneva. One was written by the Cyprus experts, Zoe's leadership, and Maria. We have one on Indigenous women in Canada. We have one on another one from, where is it? Australia. Actually, one from Australia, which we worked with our Women's Federation Australia to, it was very interesting because, of course, normally human rights, as you know, human rights activists are being much more accusatory towards the people that they're talking. So we, and even Shruti can get very much hyped up about this. So I was constantly having to kind of calm her down and say, no, Shruti, we have to work later with these governments, you know, so we have to be sure we put it in a way that we are keeping them also close to us while pointing out the mistakes that they're making. And so anyway, we have 5. And we just sent them to Mako yesterday to post on the UN, on the Women's Federation International website. But I will ask Anne to send them around to all of you too, so you can see. And if any of them you want to share in your, you know, any of these particular issues, 5 different issues, please feel free to do that. And we can do the same for Ukraine, Anna. I thought the same, you know, maybe when you see these, when you receive them, you can look at that and think how you could craft something for Ukraine about women, you know, they're all about women somehow. So, yeah. Okay, that's, anyone else have something else they want to say? Darlene, do you want to say anything? So it's very nice to have you here.
Yeah, just want to thank you for the opportunity, because it's really nice to get involved internationally and to talk about issue that I don't necessarily study it in my major, so especially focusing on women. So it was a nice opportunity to learn, and the Youth Peace Conference is one of the a good experience for me to learn all about it and to keep in touch with the young people on different issues. Yeah, I'm grateful for the opportunity.
Thank you. She was one of the star delegates on this, for those who couldn't join, for this Youth Peace Conference on North-South Korea, the Peace Accord, huh? So thank you for your participation. You could see that you prepared well. That was good. Huh? Yeah. Okay. Any last word? You know, actually, I thought, Anna, you didn't really, I think you have a few people from Ukraine. Could you just introduce them to us?
Yeah, sure. Yes, we have our team here. So yes, except Tatiana and myself. So we have Regina, who is now staying in Poland, so as a refugee, together with also Natalia, she already left. And we have also here Natalia Ilyina. So she's actually Natalia's wife of Mikhailo Ilyin, who is our UPF head. So, and Natalia, together with her 2 sons now, she's staying in Germany also as a refugee.
Okay.
And we have Anastasia Lapteva. So she's also one of our project coordinators, and she's also staying in Germany as a refugee now with her son. And Irena Chermoshentsova, she's actually, she's staying in Poland, and she is running a huge volunteer center there that is helping internally, that is helping refugees from Ukraine. So she has a huge experience, and Irene is the one who is going to coordinate the project that we presented today online. Like, yeah, so yeah. Yes, she will coordinate online, and Ludmila will coordinate in Ukraine. Yes, so this is our main team.
Thank you. Maybe we can take a screenshot. Anastasia, can you open your camera, or are you not able? Also Imgard, maybe Imgard is working or something, huh?
Ася і Наталя Владимировна, включіть, пожалуйста, камери, тому що зараз буду скріншот робити, і хочу, щоб всіх можна було бачити.
Okay. Anastasia can't, huh? Tatiana, Anna, do you know? Okay, anyway, we'll take, okay, on 3, huh? 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, good. I'll put it in the chat, huh? Okay, any final word? Nice to see everyone. Thank you. And we see each other again very soon. Huh? Yeah, okay, bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.